Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to take you through on how to create a simple dialogue in Android Studio. So let's get started. Let's create a new project. So we are going to use an empty activity. I'll click next. I'll call it simple dialogue. Alright, so I'm using Java. I'll click on finish. So let's just wait a moment. Alright, so it's just a simple dialogue. So let's see how it's going to be. I'm going to make everything very detailed and simple. So I'm going to use a linear layout to make it very easy. Match parents, match parent. Orientation vertical. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set a button. You just click on this button, then it will pop up a question for you, just for you to review Google. If you click on yes, there will be a title, a message, and for you to click on yes or no. So let's set up the button. I just name it Google review. I will set it at the middle. So let me make the text to be large. So we are going to give it just an ID so that it will link to our alar dialog. So let's go to our main activity and create our alar dialog. So this is what we mean by alar dialog. Just watch. So I want to bring in the button so that once we click on the button, it will trigger the alar dialog and give us a title and give us a message like a question. What do you think? What's your feeling about Google? Then if it is yes, it will give you a message. If it is no, it will also give you a message. On next time, we are going to create functions and how to pass it to the next activity. We are going to look into that. So I just bring in the button. I'm going to connect the button from the XML layout by an ID. So that is the ID that I gave to the button. The ID that I gave to the button is a Google review. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a function which I'm going to create set an on-click listener to this button and create a function in it. And inside the function, that's where I will create the alar dialog. But I decided not to make things so complicated. I'm going to create the alar dialog inside this button. So once you click the button, it will trigger the alar dialog and give you a title and a message whereby you are going to click yes or no. So the main thing here is that we want to understand how to create a simple alar dialog. So let's begin. So we are going to create alar dialog.builder. this is how alar dialog is being written. You create alar dialog.builder, then set the object is equal to new alar dialog.builder. Then you set this context, that is, you can see that this context that I mean is the activity that is inside, and it really wants me to use the main activity. It really wants me to bring out the main context that I'm talking about. It doesn't want me to just use this context alone. So I'm going to set as main activity.this. You can see that there's no more error. Let me expand our editor. So alar dialog.builder, then an object of the alar dialog is equal to new alar dialog.builder, then main activity.this. Then we have successfully initialized our alar dialog. So what we are going to do, we are going to set it a title, a message, and a positive button and a negative button. So the positive button means that you are trying to click that you agree to the message or you are accepted, while the negative button means you don't accept. It could be that in form of terms and condition. So you can use it in terms of terms and condition. For example, you can write a message title terms and condition, then you just write in the message, just give some message, then you on the positive button you use I agree, on the negative button you use I disagree. Then once the user click on I agree, after checking the title that is terms and condition message, the user has gone through the message. Then when the user click I agree, which is the positive button, it will now send a function to the database that user has accepted the condition. Then it will lead the user to another activity. But if the user click no, which is the no button, which is I disagree, it will send a message to the database as a function that it was in the form of a function to a database that the user does not agree. So it will restrict the user from going further into the app or doing anything further. So that is the advantage of alar dialog. So let's proceed. So let's set a title. So we are writing about Google. So I will just write Google, your feeling about Google. Alright, so I will set message. You can see that I'm using the object which is here to set the title and the message. Then dot message, then the message dot set message. I will ask you, do you think Google is a great company? Or do you think Google is doing well? Then the next thing we are going to do, we are going to set a positive button. We say builder dot set positive. You can see we have it here, dot set positive button. You now use a text yes, then you set the on click listener. So you are going to write, the next thing you are going to write is this new dialog interface. You can see it has given you everything. You just click enter. So you end it with semicolon here. So here you can write your function here, but I'm not going to write any function in this tutorial. I'm just going to set a toast message. So the toast message I'm going to use is this. I'll just say yes. Okay, now the yes is already here, so here I'm going to write message. That is it, just like the user. Like in this place, you can write your function to send it to the database if you are building an app, but me, I'm going to just use a function. So I will say, I'll just write thanks for your positive review. So I'm now going to set a negative button. So I will set builder dot set negative button no new dialog interface dot onClick listener. Also end the line and set a toast message. So I'm going to just write, please tell us where to improve. Let's just imagine that I'm working at Google and I'm the one building this review for customer. For maybe I work at Google and they gave me this work to do this part. So I wrote your feeling about Google. So once you click the button, the application asks you your feeling about Google. Do you think Google is doing well? Yes. It will now reply, thanks for your positive review. No. To now give you another answer that if you click no, to give you another one that please tell us where to improve. So here our positive dialog, our alar dialog is completed, but we need to make it to show. So we'll now come here. We'll now come below this end of line and set builder dot create builder dot show. Builder dot create complete the creation of the alar dialog, then builder dot show enable it to show. So let's run our app and see what we have built so far. I hope you're enjoying it. Please like, share, subscribe, turn up the notification button for a better content like this. Don't forget to subscribe. So now Google review, that is what we set on the button from our main activity.xml, and we set an ID to it, which is Google review. As the ID text is Google review, so we bring in the button here, then we connect it with we connect the button with define view by ID. Then we start creating our alar dialog inside the button. So once you click the button, the alar dialog, we create an object of the alar dialog, which is alar dialog.builder. Then builder as the object is equal to new alar dialog. Then main activity.this, then that is inside any activity that is being written. Builder.set title, set the title, which is we just wrote your feeling about Google. Then builder.message, do you think Google is doing well? If the positive buttons, then we set builder.set positive button. If it is yes, we set the function thanks for your positive review. If it is no, please tell us where to improve. So let's test our app. You can see your feeling about Google. Do you think Google is doing well? If I say no, say please tell us where to improve. If I check again and say yes, tell you thanks for your positive review. So this is a simple alar dialog. We're going to be doing more complex things as we continue further. So stay tuned on this channel. Subscribe, turn up the notification button, share with your friend. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.